and gentlemen, and movie lovers of all kind, and welcome back to the channel. As always, I am your host, Brett Murphy, and for today's video, it is going to be another ranking. And I am going to be ranking all 6 of Edgar Wright's movies. Just as a brief note to kick us off, I am only going to be ranking Edgar Wright's widely released movies. So that means I will not be ranking projects that he co-directed, or any of his documentaries or short films. So Edgar Wright's 6th feature film, Last Night in Soho, has finally released this weekend. And this was his first widely released movie in 4 years, which of course predates this channel. So of course, with me being the big Edgar Wright fan that I am, that means that I have to rank his movies. Before we get into the actual ranking, I just wanted to let you all know that I have an entire playlist dedicated to all of my ranking videos. So be sure to check that out, and I guarantee you'll find something you like. And so with all that being said, let's hop right into things. Number 6, Last Night in Soho. I want to preface this by saying that I do not dislike a single Edgar Wright movie. For instance, even though this is in last place, I still have it at a 9 on IMDb and a 4.5 out of 5 stars on Letterboxd. I absolutely adore it, but this is a ranking, so I do have to put them in some sort of order. This movie is a trippy, psychedelic, time-traveling horror mystery thriller with a banging soundtrack and a hypnotic 60s aesthetic. From the neon lights, to the nightclubs, to the dancing, to the outfits, it all seamlessly transports you right back to that era, and it is flawless. It is a dark, twisted story, and every time you feel like you know what's going on, believe me, you don't. Anya Taylor-Joy and Thomasin McKenzie are absolute forces to be reckoned with, and 2 of the best up-and-coming actresses working today. The only reason that this one ends up in last place is because it has yet to stand the test of time. And normally that wouldn't be an issue, but with all of Edgar Wright's movies being 9s or 10s in my eyes, it really is the only justification I have for putting it here right now. Number 5, Hot Fuzz. It kills me to put this one here, and I know a lot of people are definitely gonna disagree. Firstly, I love Simon Pegg taking on the more serious role. Well, as serious as it can be in a movie like this. And with that, Nick Frost takes on the bumbling idiot with a heart of gold. It is a very tastefully crafted parody of 80s and 90s action flicks, paying homage to many classics while also blending with a buddy cop comedy. Every single one of the characters is so goofy and zany, the violence is ridiculously over the top, and the mystery/conspiracy at the heart of it all is surprisingly engaging, with its big grand final reveal being endlessly hilarious. I love the entire Cornetto trilogy nearly equally. This one just happens to be my least favorite of the 3 by the slimmest of margins. Number 4, The World's End. Of course, with Hot Fuzz ending up below this one, I already know that everyone disagrees with this as well, because it seems that this is universally seen as the weakest of the 3. But not in my opinion. I adore it, and there has certainly been more than one occasion where I actually considered this to be my favorite of the Cornetto trilogy. I find it is by far the most creative. And just like its 2 counterparts, it is sort of a parody, and this time it is parodying the sci-fi genre. Only rather than just focusing on the main duo of Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, we have a whole group of lovable and relatable characters at the center. That's probably my favorite aspect of this movie, is the group of friends, and everything that they go through, that they've been through, and the experiences that they share. This movie tackles much heavier themes in my opinion, like alcoholism, despite the main premise having our characters drink their faces off, mental health issues, bullying and its lasting effects, aging, and of course, friendship. But mainly growing apart from friends and the memories that you share. A lot of those themes hit me very hard, and they work to the movie's advantage. To add to this though, sci-fi is my favorite genre, so these blue-blooded alien robot things and this whole town invasion is right up my alley. It is filled with countless quotable moments, well-choreographed and shot fight scenes, the role reversal from Hot Fuzz where we now have Nick Frost in the more serious role, with Pegg in the more goofy and self-destructive role. It all blends beautifully together and makes for one hell of a time. Number 3, Baby Driver. I know this one has a few actors that we're not really supposed to talk about anymore, but I don't feel that means that we should boycott the movie as a whole because it is undeniably brilliant. This movie holds one of my top 3 favorite movie soundtracks of all time, and the music is perfectly paired with every single scene. It's got something for everyone. It's got some modern stuff, and it's got some oldie goldies. And various sequences throughout the movie have actions taking place intercut to the rhythm of the music. It's fast, flashy, and slick, with great editing, a healthy helping of humor and heart, a very colorful and quite memorable cast of characters, and some absolutely superb car chase sequences. The movie will no doubt keep you on the edge of your seat when it needs to, but it'll also allow you to kick back and just sort of enjoy the tunes with the characters, and has a few dashes of romance sprinkled through as well. It's everything it needed to be, and more. Number 2. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. This is quite literally the closest thing that we will ever have to a comic book coming to life. This is the best of the best. It is shot, edited, and designed to look just like a comic book in motion. It is a weird, wacky, wonderful world, with countless crazy characters, quick, snappy dialogue, an absolutely bonkers story, a bumping soundtrack, and oddly enough, some nice little life lessons here and there throughout. Top to bottom, this movie is marvelous, and they greatly exceeded the expectations that were set for them. Seriously, they went above and beyond with this one, and it deserves all of the praise and love that it now gets because it is phenomenal. And number 1, Shaun of the Dead. Ah yes, the one that started it all. If you can't tell by the title, this one, the first of the Cornetto trilogy, and Wright's first big screen outing, is a very British zombie parody. This movie is iconic, with so many of its side-splitting scenes forever etched into pop culture. This is Simon Pegg and Nick Frost at their best, as they're both just allowed to be these slackers, and their chemistry really shines through. They carry this movie. Well, they actually carry pretty much all of the Cornetto trilogy, but I think they did it best with their first crack here. It is endlessly quotable, it has the perfect, yes I said perfect, amount of laughs, zombie killing action, gore, and emotion. Yeah, I said emotion because there are some damn good moments in here that will surprisingly tug on the heartstrings far more than expected. It's got everything that we now consider an Edgar Wright staple front and center. This was a dream team trio that was just allowed to do whatever they wanted to do. And it definitely paid off a million times over. It made them all household names, launching their careers, and in the process gave us one of the best comedy movies, one of the best zombie movies, and in my humble opinion, Edgar Wright's best movie to date. Oh, by the way, you've got red on you. So that is all for today's video, folks. Be sure to let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree with my ranking. And while you're down there, feel free to let me know what you'd like to see me rank next. If you enjoyed that video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And if you'd like to see more content, consider subscribing to my channel and ringing that little bell icon. That way you can be notified about all of my latest uploads. And as always, stay safe. Thank you so much for watching. And that's a wrap. Hey you, yeah you, if you made it this far, just know I appreciate you, and while you're here, consider hitting that subscribe button.